City Source is taking a look back at the biggest and best stories of 2015.
I am so excited.
From the big openings to the economic development wins, we are recapping the events with lasting impact.
That's it for my lifestyle. Sun cut.
The Irving Convention Center attracts more gotta-see fun events, tattoos, robots, and more. We're showing you some of the best.
Let the games begin!
You know, it realigns my priorities in life, is what it does.
Inspiration and fun, as Irving's emergency responders make a difference in the lives of Special Olympians. Plus $1 million winners of America's Got Talent perform in Irving, also other unforgettable animal stories, and much more. This is City Source, the best of 2015. Several big projects debuted in Irving in 2015. Hello, Happy New Year, and welcome to City Source. I'm Thomas Gandy. Let's get right into it and start with a look back at the opening of the South Irving Library. The groundbreaking, the construction, the move, they all led to this. That's the ribbon cutting to open the South Irving Library.
Oh my goodness, it is so impressive.
This is very beautiful.
It's exceeded my expectations.
An incredible facility that is at the cutting edge of library services in the United States.
The second floor was the first stop for a lot of families.
I love it. I think it's so entertaining for the little ones.
Erica Rodriguez and her 16-month-old daughter are in the Discovery Zone. Eliana is drawn to the new lava tiles.
She's stepping on the colors and it moves. She's never seen anything like it.
Put this place to very good use.
William Minor's 4-year-old twins are checking out all the fun before they start checking out books.
With this right here, their minds will open up so much. It's real nice.
This is a great day for the community, particularly for the young children. You know, while they're here on the computer learning facts and games and things like that, there's a good chance that they'll see a book that they like.
In contrast to the color and commotion, here is the quiet room with views overlooking Centennial Park.
I like to come in and catch up on the new magazines. Of course, if it's quiet, it's better.
The second floor also features study rooms, plenty of books, of course, and this color-changing area featuring a favorite.
I like how there's a Diary of an Olympian Kid, and I've seen the movie.
We're just amazed. We're just over the top thrilled with the reaction of people and the staff. We're all just very excited.
They do some
On the first floor is where we found this puppet show underway in a meeting room. It is a larger space that can be divided for simultaneous events. In another section, craft activities.
We're presenting them with so many activities and opportunities for learning and growing and fun.
Also on the first floor, more computers and a teen area.
We've got walls, like the teen zone has walls around it, the quiet room has walls. But they're all glass, so it looks very much open, and it feels bigger than we expected it to.
I believe that the residents of Irving are really getting a special facility here.
And many of those residents had a say in the design.
We had a lot of public input on this building, and in fact, we went back and redesigned the building about halfway through the design process because the residents just weren't happy with what they were seeing.
The basement is a result of public input. Because we don't have quite as much space for books as we did in the other building, we had figured, well, we would read, which libraries do anyways. And people said, no, we want those old books that we only check out once every 5 years. And so that's what we have in the basement.
After this grand opening, the basement will be closed to visitors, but the books will be available by request. Also down here, an energy-efficient heating and cooling system.
I'm a curious person. I like to know what's going on behind the scenes.
The work on that started back in 2013, when we saw crews drilling wells, more than 20 miles of pipe deep into the earth.
The thing that I'm most proud of is the geothermal heating and cooling that saves the city about 40% on the cost of doing that.
Absolutely. I'm 100% for green and saving the earth.
Back upstairs, these windows add to the energy efficiency as the city pursues LEED certification for this building.
These are electrically charged, and when the sun hits them, they will start to turn bluish color and really keep the heat out and make it very comfortable inside the building here.
I'm glad he told everybody about the windows because that's something I'd like to have in my house.
I got this one, which is historical fiction. I'm really excited about it.
Alyssa Meekins was among the first to check out books in the new library. You may remember she was also one of the last to check out at the old Central Library.
I'm feeling kind of sad because, you know, as my mom said, I've grown up here.
But now that she's been through the new building,
Oh, I'm perfectly happy now. I've got my new library.
there are still questions about the Central Library building.
There's going to be a number of different uses probably for the old library. There's still storage of some of the books that are over there. The library administration is still going to be over there. And the city is looking at a number of different options for the rest of the space.
This new building seems to be attracting new customers.
Oh yeah, I had to get a library card. We have registered quite a few already today, and people are also renewing their cards.
It's really nice, like everything is new and it's really like fun.
People here believe this nearly $10 million building shows off the future of libraries and says a lot about the community.
You hear a lot of positive talk about South Irving, and I think this just adds to that.
I think it's beautiful, especially for my son here.
Libraries are still very functional, they're still very needed, still very wanted, and people just love to read, and they love new buildings.
We're really excited, and everybody seems to be enjoying it.
Also opening in 2015, the Texas Musicians Museum. It features memorabilia and frequent live music performances. One of the museum's goals is to bring more visitors to South Irving. Now to another new attraction, let's head to the rainy day ribbon cutting for the newest section of the Southern Campion Trail. The extension adds more than 2 miles to Irving's Southern Trail and for the first time connects it to another city, Grand Prairie. It adds up to be nearly 10 miles of continuous trail.
Guys, that is the longest trail in the west side of Dallas County, and it's right here in Irving and Grand Prairie.
I think this is an asset that the entire county is going to love, not only the citizens of Irving, but everyone in this county.
It will open the door for people to come to South Irving. There'll be something to draw them down here to North Grand Prairie.
It's an opportunity for many of our residents to enjoy our trails and just have so much fun and relaxation.
Welcome to the tour.
Some people checked out the features from a golf cart.
This is truly idyllic.
Along with the appeal of nature, there is eye-catching art.
Oh, there's one of our carvings.
Yes, one of our carvings is coming up.
Local artist Rob Banda created several wood sculptures posted along the trail. As we showed you in an earlier story, he uses a chainsaw to make them.
This is a tree that we originally tried to save. Instead of just cutting it down to the ground, we thought it would be great to preserve it and bring it back to life.
Well, this adds a beautiful touch right here with the stone.
Right, this is a low area. You know, in heavy rains, it'll hold water, so we wanted to raise the trail up.
Heading further on the tour.
This was an original old rail bridge that was built back in the 1920s. They took the rails off that left the supports and the iron on it. So we refurbished it and used it.
After crossing that, the trail continues across MacArthur Boulevard to connect with Grand Prairie's Lone Star Trail here along Hunter Farrell Road.
It connects two great trail amenities together and gives us more length. When we get more length in trails, we get more quality of life opportunities, more economic vitality opportunities.
When you think about it, wouldn't you like to live close to a trail? So it brings developers and a healthier lifestyle.
Dallas County provided $2.5 million for this project. It just got finished. So some people here had to be surprised to hear this.
Today I'm going to make an announcement of another extension.
Another $2.5 million, that are coming into the trail system.
The new section will pick up here at the end of Irving's Northern Campion Trail and follow the levee toward MacArthur Boulevard. Construction could begin late next year.
No other city has had so many trails with Dallas County, and this is not a coincidence. They have leadership that is always ready to go.
It is all part of an idea to extend trails region-wide.
Ultimately, we hope to link these trails all the way from the city of Dallas to the city of Fort Worth. The people who are doing the best job of making that happen right now are the cities of Irving and the cities of Grand Prairie.
So we're excited. We're excited to be able to work with municipalities that are ready to go.
Beautiful scenery. There's wood carvings out there.
Harold Taff is part of the Irving Running Club. His group uses the city's trails daily and plans on adding this to the mix.
Running alternate north and alternate south locations, so it's nice.
More miles of choice now available for residents.
Working together, we're making a difference.
The big openings do not stop there. The La Buena Vida Youth Leadership Foundation opened a house for homeless teen boys. With that complete, the goal is to build a house for girls sometime in the future. Also, Canine Companions for Independence has a new campus in Irving. There, dogs are trained to help wounded warriors and others in need of assistance. And here are a couple of other projects that will continue to impact us in the years ahead. Crews broke ground on the Midtown Express, which involves the reconstruction of State Highways 183 and 114, along with Loop 12. Late 2015 also brought the long-awaited groundbreaking for Water Street, a complex of apartments, shops, and restaurants planned for the land across from Williams Square. We have full versions of all of those stories on our YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/The City of Irving. We move now to how some residents are getting to interact with emergency responders. In 2015, we profiled the Citizen Police Academy, which features a driving challenge, among other courses. We also brought you this, the Citizen Fire Academy.
There you go. You're on the hose now.
It looks easy enough.
Every so often, talk with each other.
Simply follow the fire hose.
That's your lifeline in and out.
But add in obstacles.
All right, we got another hole right here. It looks like we're on some rafters.
Take away the ability to see.
We black out the face mask.
Pile on fire gear. And these residents are getting a sense of what Irving firefighters can experience.
One of the biggest things that people don't understand about fighting fire is just the environment. When you go inside a fire, you can't see your hand in front of your face if it's dark and smoky.
Those tough, dangerous conditions we've seen real Irving firefighters train in are replicated in a safer way here.
All right, right behind you. You're good. Cool.
The people going through this maze are taking part in the Citizens Fire Academy, a free course offered by the Irving Fire Department.
That's it. Gotta get low now.
This short maze provides a lot of challenges, and one of the toughest is here at the end.
All right, stay low. We got stuff right above us.
Remember, they cannot see anything.
Pull yourself through on your belly, and then when you feel your tank hit, duck and roll your tank one direction to the other to make yourself diagonal, and you'll go through there, okay? All right, so now you feel it. There you go. Turn. Perfect.
When you put on all of that gear, it's hot, it's heavy, and anytime you're confused or disoriented, your heart rate will go up.
When they get through it, the exhaustion is visible.
At the end of it, they're like, oh, that was crazy, and we let them see what they did.
Whoa.
We can take 3 lines into this engine.
Over the 9-week academy, these students come out twice a week to learn different aspects of Irving's fire service.
This is the engine operations class for Citizens Fire Academy.
There's a lot more involved than you think.
Janet Atterbury is finding out some of this is pretty tough.
You just think it's not that much harder than holding a water hose, but it really is with the pressure coming on.
It was pushing me back, so it surprised me.
They and a few others here have heard about some of this before, at home.
My husband's been a fireman for Irving for 28 years.
My son's an Irving firefighter.
And now know what he does other than just drive the fire truck.
I actually called him after one of our classes and I said, I am so proud of you. I am just totally amazed at what you can do.
But when you're connecting hose together, you have
The Citizens Fire Academy is open to any adult who lives or works in Irving.
I'm from India, and I didn't know that all these things they do.
We're doing everything we can so they can experience as much of what we do without getting hurt.
I'm just learning a lot of things about firemen and what they do and things. I have new respect towards them.
Other topics include hazardous materials, technical rescue, and emergency medical services.
That's over 80% of our call volume. Taking care of people who are sick or injured or having heart attacks.
Then all we have to do is just take this and move this end downstream.
To keep it safe, this swiftwater rescue class takes place on concrete.
They went through some of the different ropes techniques you could use. Throw a bag to somebody who was in the water.
It's a great way to get introduced to, what they go through and what they deal with on a daily basis.
And even when the academy ends, the students' involvement does not have to. They can become part of the Academy's Alumni Association.
And if the firefighters have a multi-alarm fire so that they need some assistance, we have a truck that we can take and assist the firefighters.
But most in the Academy just want the chance to experience some of the thrills and challenges Irving firefighters encounter daily as they serve the city.
It's been everything I was expecting, and it's been a lot of things that I wasn't expecting.
You get to look like a firefighter, and you get to go through everything that they basically do.
You realize how much they have to know and how much training they have to go through to do their job. So it's pretty eye-opening.
I think everybody should come out and do this. Come out and see what firemen do.
Yeah, and along with that, young people also welcome challenges at the North Texas Law Enforcement Explorer Academy. Watch them in action. That whistle is the start of the Marine Obstacle Course, a tough challenge on the grounds of Irving High School. It is a test of physical skill and strength for sure. The first test is at the pull-up bar.
Come on, Delana, just one. Yeah, you got it.
But as the obstacle course continues and these high school students on summer break proceed, you can see it's also a test of courage. Strong bodies and strong wills are needed here.
Now jump, grab and swing. We're not going to let you fall. Don't worry.
My dream has always been since 7 years old to be a cop, so this is somewhat leading me there.
Many of these students share those career goals, and they have come together for the North Texas Law Enforcement Explorer Academy. These students participate in Explorer posts in their own cities, but over the summer, the posts from Irving, Capel, Colleyville, Trophy Club, and Ellis County team up to practice their skills.
This is a 2-week Explorer Academy for kids that are relatively new in their posts. And basically, we're giving them a taste of what our actual police academy is like.
Come on, Palmer! Ready to go.
Spotters, we need you on the other side too! Most of the challenge you'd think would be physical, but a lot of it is supporting the other people.
Tyler Simmons' father encouraged him to participate.
At first, I really didn't have an interest. It was an executive decision.
His dad is a sergeant with the Trophy Club Police Department.
I think he sort of gets it. At some point, it just snaps with him. Aha! This is what it's about, and I'm proud of him.
I'm usually a person who would rather be by himself and work alone, but I've learned that you can't do things alone in an environment like this.
Our part's over. This part's all literally downhill from here.
Beyond this obstacle course,
they're learning penal code, code of criminal procedure, all those things that a regular officer would get in the police academy.
That sound is a chorus of cuffs.
That's step one.
As the explorers learned handcuffing techniques at MacArthur High School.
Handcuff!
The instructors have some help.
Yes, I did this last year, and so I came back this year as a squad leader and help out.
So we just help them out and help guide them.
For them, this summer experience helped firm up their career plans.
I want to go into law enforcement for sure.
Law enforcement, local or federal.
What is that?
The challenge that they're doing right now is actually doing a search of a person. So what we've done in some of our actors, we have actually hidden handcuff keys, small amounts of fake narcotics, and some of them have weapons on them.
It's proving to be harder than they expected. Each time the explorers think they're done, they find out they have missed something and have to search again. Keep in mind, any item they miss in a real search could be dangerous.
Because yes, as you just saw, they can hide even small little handcuff keys underneath the watch.
I didn't even think till the last minute to check her watch to see if she had anything hidden, and she did.
So have we learned something?
Yes, sir.
At the Capel High School Stadium, it's time for rappelling. For some, it's terrifying, and for others, it seems pretty easy. Megan Gilbert made a decision halfway through, and you can see it from her point of view.
I went halfway, and then I decided to flip over, trying to get best of both worlds there. I wasn't really nervous at all because I'm a really big thrill seeker.
I got no grip. I got no grip.
You can hear the fear in Tyler Simmons' voice, but he pushes through.
I like to say I wasn't nervous, but I kind of was.
Not being able to balance against a solid wall requires a firm resolve.
It feels great. I've accomplished something.
Valentina Delena's worry brings tears to her face and draws encouragement from her peers.
Come on, Delena, you got it. Go!
She is taking her time, but it's not getting easier.
It was intense. I've never felt like that before. I was trying to keep my breath, but I keep crying.
After about 6 terrifying minutes, she makes a move.
I didn't really get to do it all by myself, so I had somebody to pull me down. I'm just thinking on the next time that I can do it again to see if I can actually overcome my fear.
We're going to hit and move.
Back inside, the explorers are practicing defensive techniques.
It's intense. I mean, you just got to keep it up and get out there, do what you have to do. If it's a real situation with the suspect, I mean, you're going to have to fight back.
Throughout the academy, the lessons build upon each other. This is called the Red Man Challenge.
We're going to have one of our officers dressed up in a padded suit, and they have to do a worst-case scenario of a full-blown fight while you're on duty.
Get down on your stomach. Put her off.
Get down on the ground. Do it now.
Yeah, I'm very impressed on how fast they pick up the skills and the ideas that we're trying to teach them.
Get back. Do it now.
Because there's a lot of confusion out there nowadays, especially when it comes to use of force and what we're allowed to do, what we can't do. So it's great to see them seeing why we do things for a certain reason.
Drop the gun!
No question, it is tough, but it's something these explorers know they will have to be ready for in their careers most plan to pursue, protecting and serving.
Military, U.S. Marshal, maybe a game warden. I intend to join the military, and then after that, I'm thinking about becoming a police officer.
But no matter their career, organizers say these skills picked up throughout the 2-week academy will benefit them. Physical fitness is part.
It's getting me a lot more fit, so it's helping me out in all sorts of ways.
Beyond that, there are life lessons.
We're teaching them not only the aspects of what a police officer does, but a holistic approach to being a better citizen.
Yeah, maybe actually just give them leadership experience of having to work as a team and team building skills.
All of the interpersonal skills that they learn, I believe, are the most important.
That's kind of what it's all about. It's all about developing yourself into a better person for whatever the world has ready for you.
Yeah, and just like the young people you saw in that story, Irving's police chief and assistant fire chief also took on rappelling. This was at a fundraiser for Special Olympics called Over the Edge, and it was only part of their department's involvement to benefit the cause. Sometimes victory in a long jump is not best measured in distance.
How did that make you feel to see that?
Awesome.
For the mother of Viva Selena Marie Lopez, every jump her daughter makes is a win.
When she was born, they told me she wasn't going to be able to walk or nothing. And look at her, she's gotten this far.
Even in the final moments of stretching before competition, Viva is ready with an infectious smile and friendly wave.
We brought her up like that since she was teeny tiny. Pageants, everything.
Proud mom.
Very.
That confidence comes from plenty of family support and participation in Special Olympics.
She likes bowling, but she's in track.
Let the games begin!
About 3,000 athletes from across Texas traveled to UT Arlington for the statewide Special Olympics. Irving police officers are among those greeting the teams at the opening ceremonies.
Really give it up for all of these law enforcement officers here with us tonight.
As the games get underway, the same benefits Viva and her family see
She can do whatever she wants to do.
are similar to what we heard on the track, at the basketball court, on the cycling course, and in the soccer arena.
Huge confidence boost.
It gives them a sense of friendship, spirit.
And for the parents cheering them on,
Hello, Michael.
this never gets old.
3, 2, 1, go.
Go, Michael, go.
Michael Burgess not only cycles in Special Olympics, his bike gives him some independence. He rides to his job at a grocery store, a job his mom says helps him feel greater self-worth. The kind he can also get here with a
Go, Mel.
Oh yes, he loves that gold medal. Do you think you want it?
Yeah.
That look of love and pride is evident on the faces of all the parents we met.
Can't you tell? We're the loudest ones out here.
Lynette Lanier traveled from Friendswood to watch her son Julian.
I'm his best cheerleader and his worst critic, I guess. We see a lot more that they can do, but they've done really, really great. And these kids hang out together. So, you know, most kids with special needs, it's hard to find that friendship.
The Minsons are here from Baytown. They are the most vocal in the soccer stands, but what they are most proud of is not any of these moments in the game.
More important is to have him have the opportunity to work with other youth, to compete, and to learn how to play and not get angry.
Life lessons.
Life lessons, big life lessons.
This is about human beings. These are about people that most of the world really doesn't see. And so for people with intellectual disabilities, when you really understand that all of us are the same, then you can really get into this.
You know, it realigns my priorities in life is what it does.
Rusty, show me some of the supplies you bring out here.
Well, these are our medical kits.
Assistant Irving Fire Chief Rusty Wilson has led the medical response at Special Olympics Texas for about a decade.
I'm jokingly tell the new medics that come out here, if you're out here more than 10 minutes and not counting your blessings, you probably need therapy.
Irving firefighters and volunteers who went through the Citizens Fire Academy are helping out.
You have those moments where you kind of want to tear up, but I mean, a lot of times they're happy tears. They love everything they're doing. They're having so much fun.
Law officers from across the state make a noisy procession across the UTA campus and then run inside the stadium where they are eager to greet the athletes. This is the Law Enforcement Torch Run.
And the torch run is just wonderful. See all those policemen coming out, it brings tears. It really does. It's bringing tears now. So it's just amazing, the support.
The chili cheese tater tot.
By car hopping at Sonic for tips, selling t-shirts and holding high-spirited penny drives at schools, Irving police raised thousands and visited each campus to celebrate.
Penny drives, all the things that the torch runners do, up to $1.3 million statewide, means that they support us in a way we would never be able to have any other way.
And I'm actually a resident of Irving, so it's really special to me. I'm so proud of my police department in Irving.
This is the second year Irving police have gotten involved, and some in the department have a connection that hits home.
My daughter's a part of Special Olympics Texas, so this has a lot of meaning to me personally.
And that's it. Let's cheer it on.
Parents here know it takes a lot to make this big event happen.
To do this for the kids is very much appreciated, and we hope that they know that we appreciate their efforts.
Not only their money, it's their time. The number of volunteers that come out, donate their time for these youth is amazing.
But to hear from the police, firefighters, and other volunteers, they are all getting something back.
It's an incredible high like nothing you've ever felt before, because they're out here, they love everything they're doing today.
Life-changing. I mean, if you leave here not without a care in the world, because you realize how lucky you are.
Our time that we spent doing everything, you get it tenfold in the faces that you see in these athletes. It makes you realize how blessed we are.
We just are dragging by the time we get through because of all the hours we put in out here. But when we leave, we always say, I can't wait till next year.
Parents, too, as enthusiastic as they are, also know that at the end, everyone is like Viva.
You're happy.
And a winner.
I do it for my daughter, for all the Olympians. It's just inspiring to see all of them try their best.
Yeah, and here's another great moment to see. Irving Police and Animal Services teamed up to rescue a cat in a dangerous place. It was an incredible moment, caught on camera, and we got the story behind it.
A citizen called. He was like, I think I just saw a cat on the highway. And so I called Officer Holmes out there.
I got the call, so I ran over there. It's off of 183 and did a couple of passes, didn't see anything.
And so I got on the side of the road and got my binoculars and seen there was a little kitten on the retaining wall.
This is the busiest road in the city.
Yeah, I was scared for him. I actually thought this is not gonna end good, is what I thought. You know, if it got down on either side of the highway, it was gonna be hit.
So the police department pulled up and they have dash cam on their car,
Yes.
so we could see all of this take place.
Yes, and I actually didn't know the dash cam was going. I mean, on a highway like that, we always have to have the police present for, you know, the traffic, you know, and that helps to where I can pull in front of him and cautiously just go up to the animal and pick it up.
Relive that moment of when you first went up to the cat.
He turned his head towards me and I just scruffed him, and then he was trying to get away, and I had just such a good hold of him that I put him straight in my cage. So, you know, I just wanted to get him in the truck and then we'll deal with him later.
Now this cat has a name.
Freeway. Yes, yes, the name is fitting.
He's come quite a long way.
So you said he's a little injured?
Yes, he has a broke left leg.
Kittens like this, they come in scared and you have to just socialize them a little bit, and that's what she was a pro at doing.
How does it make you feel to know that this story had a happy ending?
Oh, I love happy endings. I mean, that's the rewarding part of the job. I mean, a lot of people think that you work in animal control and it's so sad. No, this is the great part. You know, you get to save animals, but this is something I do every day, so it's just everyday work for me. This is the rewarding part.
We have more animal stories coming up later, including America's Got Talent winners, the Olate dog. Stay tuned for that. The Irving Convention Center continues to draw crowds and eye-catching events. One of our favorites of the year, the Dallas Tattoo Expo. It's the one event at the Irving Convention Center where many people will leave forever changed. This is the Dallas Tattoo Expo.
Oh, I'm loving it.
Across the exhibit hall, we saw people getting inked from head to toe, just about everywhere in between.
It's my first tattoo, and it's pretty big for a first tattoo.
How much did it hurt?
We're just looking around, see if we can get inspiration on a couple tattoos or maybe even get pierced.
How much pain are you in right now?
None at all.
He says that even as two artists work on him at the same time. Jeff and Ryan Johnson are brothers who work as a team.
I'm doing a realistic eagle with a American flag behind it.
Doing a state of Texas with a Come and Take It logo. To make it look like it's sunk into his skin.
Some artists start with pencil and paper, others with Sharpies on skin.
What made you want to get this?
Might as well.
I'm just going to do a traditional anatomical heart on his chest. I find it best to just draw freehand on the skin rather than on paper. A lot of the times it doesn't flow right.
Here there are plenty of techniques and options to see. People who already have tattoos say checking them all out is their top tip.
It's the best thing to do research on it. Like I do black and gray realism. Other guys do color realism, traditional. It's best to research who does the best style for you.
It's actually pretty cool just to see talents and the different ways they can do it, like new school and traditional.
The artists like it too.
You get to see everybody that's out in the industry doing their thing. This is how we get better, seeing what everybody else is doing.
Artists are just getting together, man, and networking a lot harder nowadays. They're a lot more free-minded, man.
Dee Sanchez is part of another tattoo team.
My homie over here, Damon Galloway, we haven't did a collaboration yet, and we thought it was time to get together and do some epic stuff, you know what I mean?
I just kind of gave them an idea and they went with it.
And even as she sits here, she's thinking of what she might get next.
To me, it's an addiction.
It's addicting. You get one and you can't stop.
I got my first tattoo when I was 14 and fell in love with it after that.
With parents' permission?
Nah, I got my beat.
I started when I was 26 to make sure I wouldn't have any regrets.
Rebecca Jackson already has several and is about to get one more.
I'm getting the robot from Metropolis, 1926 movie. It's awesome.
It's something that I've been thinking about for a long time now. It means a lot to me, and I think that's the beauty of a tattoo.
James Wynn's first tattoo is just about finished. Now are you gonna get more or what?
Definitely, I'm looking for like a Buddha, another Buddha right here on my chest piece, but something in time. I gotta get a little meat in my bones first.
Some proud people take to the stage to enter contests. Judges check out the work closely, then the contestants also show it to the crowd. but they are not competing for themselves.
If you keep your trophy, you're not that nice. The proper etiquette is that you get to keep the tattoo and have that forever, and that you give the artist who gave you the tattoo the award.
Tell me about the work that went into that. How many hours?
We did 3 sessions at 6 hours each, so that's one. I can't math.
Miles Becken is among the winners. What was your winning tattoo?
Female Buddha, and I sat there for, I think it was about 20 hours.
All worth it?
Oh, absolutely.
And talk about hours.
I'm thinking go for 60 hours straight tattooing.
Artist Tyson Turk is looking at adding to his list of world records.
And I'm looking to do 6,000 piercings in one person.
For him, it's part of the culture.
That's my lifestyle, it's what I do. Sun cut.
A culture that can also include this. What's the name of your business?
Dead Things in Jars.
Show me some of the products you have here.
Got a little bit of everything. We got some baby beavers.
He says they're actually popular gifts and wants everyone to know.
And I don't kill anything. Everything's already deceased prior to me getting it.
This is the first year the Dallas Tattoo Expo is in this building.
The Irving Convention Center is definitely where we're going to keep our event. It's a great, beautiful building here.
By the next expo, a lot of people here will have more to show.
It's going to go all the way down my arm. Cheeto did this, the cherry blossoms.
Yeah, I'm gonna get some roses later on my arm to finish up my arm and stuff.
A little pain for something they say they are happy to gain.
Yeah, it's gonna hurt, but the outcome of like a beautiful piece of art on you forever.
Some people buy their artwork, I wear mine, so it's kind of, why not show it to the world?
From tattoos, we move to creations that are not always so permanent, those built with Legos. Here's our recent story from Brick Universe. What starts here might someday lead to something like this.
I think it's pretty cool. It is pretty awesome.
I think it's kind of a cool way to see creations that people can make.
This is a place where space shuttles and airplanes look ready to take you to just about any landmark you can imagine, and a few places you can't. It happens inside Brick Universe, a first-time event at the Irving Convention Center all about Legos.
Oh, it's amazing. It's so creative and wonderful. I love it.
Nora Telez brought her grandkids, triplets who all love Legos.
You get to play with the Lego figures and you can also make whatever you want out of them.
Like towers and stuff like that.
They checked out the exhibits across the floor.
The king has a teddy bear.
And their grandfather found a surprise.
That's my home office building in Chicago, CNA Insurance. I'm going to take a picture and show everybody. It's absolutely terrific.
That building is just one part of a larger project by Rocco Butlier. Downtown Chicago recreated in Legos, clearly using more than just the box-shaped blocks most of us know.
They're all actual Lego pieces. They've all been made by Lego at some point. The challenge of that is acquiring 1,000 of the one piece that you need to pull off the look of a building.
The closer you look, the more impressive it becomes. All of this is done to scale, 1/650th of the original size. How much research did you put into this?
That research is probably the part that takes up most of the time. That and getting that moment of inspiration, like the light bulb of how to do it.
The architecture student has also crafted icons from New York and across the world. If you hang out here long enough, someone will probably ask you to make a Lego model of this building, the convention center.
No, this building's pretty awesome.
He's just one here, proving that Legos are not toys that people always grow out of.
That's a lot. I've seen my dad play with some when he thinks I'm not looking.
It sounds like you play a little bit too.
I do. You have to.
I just started.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You just started?
Yeah, like 2 years ago.
I'm really a big kid. I love to play with Legos.
You'll get funny looks every now and then when you go in and buy a lot of sets at the store. Some mother will look around and, "You're not buying this for your kid, are you?"
Dwight Neal is in DFW LUG, which stands for Lego Users Group. Its members are among those here showing off their creations.
Oh my, it's Wally and Bernie.
When somebody's eyes light up looking at one of your builds, it fills your day.
I've been doing Legos for about 25 years. Started with my son. He went to college. I bought his Legos from him so he could buy a new car.
You can see Matthew Green found inspiration in The Lord of the Rings for this landscape, which took him about 4 months to make.
Wow.
I went to the New Zealand website where they do the tours of the film site and tried to depict it as close as I could, embellishing with a little bit more flowers than they have in New Zealand.
He also creates these large pieces known as mosaics.
A lot of folks say Legos are for kids until they see what we build.
He and the club members we talk to do it for fun. Mark Johnson has made it a business.
I haven't met something I couldn't do with Lego yet.
He says his flowers, bows, and ornaments are popular with the women here.
I can make a pair of earrings in the exact colors for their favorite outfit and things like that, and people enjoy that.
I'm a Lego fan, and I love events, Lego events.
Grayson Bates is the organizer of Brick Universe. Irving is only the second city to host it.
You look young. How old are you?
I'm 15.
And this is your event?
Yeah.
Wow.
I have help.
Grayson is also the author of Medieval Lego, which is written history with illustrations in Lego. He's a history student.
Well, I'm a third year in college, so I have
At 15?
Yes, sir.
Let's build a house. You want to build a house? All right.
These may be the building blocks of success for 3-year-old Cohen.
He can use these skills and develop them into something where he can be an architect or an engineer. So this opens the door.
Tower.
It's a tower.
Other parents have less lofty goals for now.
She doesn't eat them.
There are bigger bricks for little ones. The kids came up with some interesting uses for those.
I didn't know that building a Lego can be this violent.
Cameras are out everywhere, capturing the timed challenges,
1 minute left, guys.
monochromatic crafts, and more.
I approve.
It's all about finding new ways to capture the imagination.
How about the starships? I'm just seeing inspiration.
People here have seen that these toys can stand the test of time, spanning generations.
We have tons of Legos since my kids were little, and this is my grandson.
I love you, Legos.
They are building on that love of Legos at Brick Universe.
Oh yes, we're crazy about Legos.
And here are a couple of good stories we don't have time to show you in full, but are worth catching online if you missed them. Another one from the Convention Center, a competition called FIRST attracted students who built some incredible robots. All of this is to promote interest in related careers. And these robots went underwater. This is from an event called Sea Perch at the North Lake Aquatic Center. The full stories are at youtube.com/the City of Irving. And also from the North Lake Aquatic Center, we caught up with students taking part in a lifeguard certification class where they learn life-saving skills. Before the sliding and splashing can begin at the City of Irving's aquatic centers this summer, a lot happens here. This is a lifeguard certification class.
You want to turn in slow, large circles.
The students in this class at the North Lake Aquatic Center plan to apply for one of dozens of lifeguarding positions available each summer in Irving.
I have a natural love of the water.
Well, I grew up swimming and taking swim lessons, and I always looked up to the lifeguards.
I liked taking outdoors, so it seemed like an appropriate job.
Stable job that I can have just so I can support college life.
It is a summer job that comes with a bigger responsibility than most.
When you're lifeguarding, anything can happen. The lifeguards are going to be the very first responders, and in an emergency situation, the first steps are the most important.
I'm hoping that they really get a good understanding of the skills necessary to be able to save a life if it comes down to it.
I'm going to practice just submerging it.
On this day, the lesson is on spinal injuries.
The toughest part was probably right now.
That was a little difficult.
Thankfully, those types of injuries do not happen often. Even so, lifeguards must be ready.
If something was to happen on the diving board,
Or if there are two swimmers who collide, or even just getting a little too rough in the water.
a lot of times that ends up as a spinal situation.
If it's just 2 lifeguards, you're going to want to loosen all the straps first.
This class was taught over 3 long days. There is a lot to cover to earn needed certifications.
They will be Red Cross certified to be a lifeguard,
CPR,
First Aid certified,
AED,
and Red Cross for bloodborne pathogens.
Training to be a lifeguard involves a lot more than these drills in the water. There is also a lot of classroom work, including a big focus on customer service, how to deal with the people who visit the city's pools and aquatic centers.
And the most important part of the job is prevention, making sure that these emergencies don't happen. And to do that, there's a lot of enforcing rules, which means telling people to stop doing things when they're just trying to have fun.
Treat people with respect and explain to them why we're doing what we're doing instead of yelling at them and being rude.
We really are a public face for the city during the summers.
Whistle, point, you call 911.
There is a lot for them to remember, and all of it
Pretty important.
important enough to make a difference when their help is vital.
Sometimes it's a life or death situation and it depends on you and if you do the right thing.
I really enjoyed that aspect of lifeguarding. It's nice to know that I can be the one who's able to save somebody from potentially dying. That feeling is great.
Switching gears to economic development now. In 2015, Hilti opened its Western Hemisphere Product Development and Tool Service Center here. The American College of Emergency Physicians broke ground on new headquarters, and NEC recommitted to the city and moved into a new building for its North American headquarters. All three of those companies cited access to DFW Airport as one reason for choosing Irving, and that airport had a banner year, welcoming a lot of new routes, and all of them have an economic impact locally. Here's a taste of one of the airport's celebrations. Chicago is the destination, but for people on this American Airlines flight, it's more about the journey, a historic one. That's what we found out back in the terminal before takeoff at DFW Airport.
Coming just to fly in this plane today. We flew yesterday from San Francisco, and we're going to Chicago, and then immediately going back to San Francisco.
We finally get the opportunity to show our customers what the 787 is really all about.
All of this celebration is for the DFW debut of the Boeing 787, better known as the Dreamliner.
America is the first airline to bring the Dreamliner to Dallas-Fort Worth, and we're excited for even more of our customers to experience the new aircraft.
How are you feeling?
I'm very excited. It's going to be a great plane.
Frequent flyer James Bruce helped us out on board by snapping some pictures through bigger, dimmable windows.
Largest windows in the industry, electrochromatic dimming, expansive overhead bins for all the carry-on baggage, an innovative cabin air system, new systems that reduce turbulence and engine noise.
James also checked out the spacious premium cabins and took some video to capture the cheers at takeoff. But that is not the only first on this day.
Today is Beijing. Today is Beijing.
American Airlines is launching nonstop service from DFW to Beijing, China. Charlie Liu is a graduate student at UT Dallas.
I'm so excited. I live pretty close to Beijing. In the past, I have to fly through via Shanghai or Hong Kong. Today is the first day. We finally have the opportunity to fly to Beijing.
So that's way so easier than before.
Lauren Johnson is going to China on a faculty exchange program.
I'm an anthropologist and an educator, so those things are really important to me to be able to travel as easily as possible.
While the educational and cultural opportunities are evident, many leaders here are talking about the economic impact.
Each one of these flights is worth anywhere from $250 to $320 million over the course of a year to our region here in North Texas.
Huge numbers like that can be hard to grasp, but at Irving City Hall we found a real example. Existing direct flights to Asia played a big role in NEC's commitment to a 10-year lease for its North American headquarters at this building close to DFW Airport. Why Irving?
Number one, it's central location. Great thing is access to the GLATE airport. We only drive 10 minutes and then you get to the GLATE International Airport and then you can get on a flight direct to Tokyo. That's a great advantage for us.
Back at the airport, leaders believe that direct flights to Beijing will stimulate similar success stories.
There's increased demand for flights to Beijing and the rest of Asia from top business markets around the globe.
It's one of the fastest growing economies in the world, so it's tremendously important for most businesses. Almost any business that has a global footprint has to be in China, so it's hugely important for our businesses in the North Texas region.
We have a vision that this place called DFW can be
an international business epicenter for the Western Hemisphere.
Not everyone's mind is on business. The Stockmans are expanding their family.
We're actually going to adopt a daughter.
We actually have 4. Just one of them is coming with us.
So there is plenty to celebrate as people board, and their plane passes through the airport's shower of affection.
We are just so excited because we're connecting literally one of the most influential parts of the United States, which is DFW, with one of the most populated and influential parts of China. And we are just exuberant.
These celebrations are now over and passengers are on their way. But leaders here believe the impact of both debuts will propel new tourism and business opportunities.
We believe that this will drive so many agendas, so many initiatives.
And you're going to see that it's going to pay multiple dividends.
I'm really excited about all this. It looks wonderful.
Catch up with other stories from the airport on our special playlist at youtube.com/The City of Irving. From there, let's move on to some of our favorite tales of four-legged friends. Hundreds of pets got new homes during Clear the Shelters. Take a look. People and pooches lined up outside Irving's animal care campus.
I'm adopting a dog.
Just one she gets along with.
It's all for Clear the Shelters Day. Waived adoption fees and a big publicity push led to long lines. 2 hours already.
Yes. But I think the dog I want is going to be worth it.
And everyone here seems eager to adopt.
If we can save one, that's a good mission to go for.
Adopt, don't shop. Because this is fun. I was waiting for it all year.
As the doors open, people move in to check out what is available. Some of the cats seem especially eager to leave.
He's like, what is this?
And the dogs appear ready to come out and play. It does not take long before some are finding homes.
This is so cute. It reminds me of my brother's dog.
My little girl says she wants a young puppy. We're going to check Josie out.
When 3-year-old Lily Platt meets Josie, it looks like an instant match. They spend a few minutes getting to know each other better and checking out some of the attractions.
Josie likes Chester.
It is not long before Lily asks a big question.
Josie, do you want to go home with me?
Say yes.
I think we're going to take Josie.
While volunteers finalize the paperwork,
We gotta go to the pet store and buy a collar for her.
Amber and Lily see Josie in the confinement she will be leaving behind.
It's emotional.
Now, that is all in the past for Josie. She spent only 1 day at the DFW Humane Society. Then there is Leona. She has been here much longer than any other dog.
Leona, our longest standing resident. She's such a sweet dog and she loves everybody.
Leona is a favorite of the volunteers and was one of only a few big dogs not adopted during last year's Empty the Shelter event. But could this finally be her day?
They said, come say your goodbyes because she's leaving, and everybody's over there crying. It's bittersweet because we're so happy for her that she's going.
On her way over, volunteer Kayla Griggs finds out that the adoption fell through.
Heartbreak. We thought this was going to be her chance.
The volunteers continue their pitch, but it's tough.
I'm in the park.
Today's still young, and we're still hoping.
But not every adoption is as challenging as you would expect. This is George the pig, found as a stray, but not wild.
I miss you, George. I really liked the pig. He was a good pig. He knew when to leash up. He'd go right out and use the bathroom and come right and run back to his room.
He's for our daughter, and she just loves pigs, and she does such a good job with them. So we're super excited that we got to adopt him.
So indoor, outdoor pet, how do you take care of it?
Indoor.
There are stories to go with every adoption. What happens here at the Animal Care Campus this day is Chapter 1, illustrated with photos from Cuttlebug Photography.
This is our first time here, so it's a really good experience.
Now, people are eager to live the rest of the story. Jason Moreno already has ideas for Cookie.
My little brother's gonna like it, and Cookie's gonna lick his hand.
Irving has held Empty the Shelter events for years. But it really took off in 2014 when the city partnered with NBC5.
You know, last year was great, and so we were expecting great this year, and this year's been even bigger.
This time around, NBC spread the idea to other stations it owns.
They've gone nationwide in the 26 NBC market, and we have over 500 shelters participating throughout the United States.
NBC5 streamed live coverage from the animal care campus throughout the day and caught some special moments, including this one.
And who do we have here?
Leona.
This is the Leona. We met Leona, right?
Yes, sir.
Are you excited?
Yes!
And when she saw them, it's like she knew. And she just pranced out of here like she knew that was her day.
This dog has been here for more than a year, and she is going home. That's a big deal.
Leona gets a home, and so do many others. When we checked back in the final hour, the shelter was nearly empty. But there were still some rabbits and a special draw for the Dodd family.
When I saw her, I just there's something about her that I like.
And wanted a kitty too, so here we are going home with Emma and J-Lo.
You can see Emma is ready to make that march out. One of nearly 200 to be adopted from the animal care campus this day. Across the region, the total approaches 3,000. Nationwide, nearly 19,000. All from an idea that started here in Irving.
My vision for this event is to bring awareness to animal shelters, to let everybody know that we're here and we have great animals.
Raising that awareness includes the tough fact that the city takes in about 400 new animals every month. So this shelter will not be empty for long. There will continue to be a need for responsible pet owners and more loving homes.
And I hope that someday we have empty kennels on a regular basis. That's really what this is all about to me.
And you never know what dogs you rescue might end up being able to do. We met some that ended up winning $1 million on national TV, and they also performed at the Irving Arts Center. These are the kind of tricks that won the Olate dogs $1 million on TV, and fans are eager to see them in person.
I saw them on America's Got Talent. I loved them.
And I just fell in love with them. I thought, I'll never be able to see these babies ever. And then I saw it in the paper, and I ran over here as soon as I could to get tickets.
They are among the fans in the sold-out crowd at the Irving Arts Center.
It's such a blessing to be able to perform for so many people.
We caught up with some of the stars, human and canine, before the show.
And Lily is kind of our superstar. Out of all the dogs, she's the one who kind of does them. Oh, well, you showing off?
Loka here was a big hit on TV with Judge Sharon Osbourne.
I think with the relationship that Sharon Osbourne had with her, I think that translates to people at home and it makes them want to vote a little bit more for us.
I just gotta say, Ozzy, we got a new baby.
She'd often tell us that she reminds her of Ozzy Osbourne. It's because Loka actually has a white cross on her chest, if you can see.
Winning $1 million on America's Got Talent, how did that change you?
It's crazy. We never thought that we were going to win, but of course, once we did win, our lives have changed tremendously. I mean, it's opened so many doors for us. We've been able to do shows like the one we're doing here today.
Fans of the show learned the Olate family story. Father, Richard, started training a stray dog he found as a poor child in Chile.
He's been doing this for 46 years now.
From one stray dog to $1 million.
Yeah, definitely.
Keeping true to those humble beginnings, rescuing continues to be a priority for the family.
Will is actually a rescue from Canada. His previous owner, sadly, used to beat him. And I think there's nothing more selfless than being able to rescue an animal knowing that you saved their lives.
It's something worth doing, rescuing a dog.
Cass Prince is Assistant Director of the Arts Center and DFW Humane Society Board President.
Olate dogs have a habit of working with a local shelter when they come to a place, and so I was able to connect them with the DFW Humane Society, which, as you know, is a nonprofit shelter here in Irving partnered with the city.
In the parking lot, people arriving for the show got to see some dogs up for adoption. A portion of the ticket sales is also going to the Humane Society. The dogs here are sure to win over hearts, but probably won't win $1 million. Can any dog be trained?
I am not certain because my dad has always kind of worked with some sort of poodle mix. They have a very agile bodies and they're very light and stuff like that, so that's obviously easier for them to do agile tricks such as handstands or backflips.
He says his family always puts the dogs first, seeing what each one has an inclination to do, or maybe not do.
Maggie doesn't do anything. She These are freeloaders, so we'll get a group of dogs, maybe 4 dogs, and we'll kind of practice with each one of them the same exact trick, and we'll see which one has the more natural ability.
Up, all the way up, yes, yes, yes.
My dad, the way he goes about training is just, it's making it fun for them, looking for new ways for them to be excited about it, because, I mean, that's the most important thing to us is obviously the dog's happiness, and this is their playtime, and they get to run and do whatever.
We're not giving away all of their show tricks here, but after that finale, the dogs head back to a new trailer, paid for with some of that prize money. When the spotlight is not on,
just regular dogs, they just hang out and they lounge on the couch and take up all of our space, but we're good.
Good knowing they've spread a message about rescue and spread a lot of smiles.
Yeah, I think it's just something that's in our blood, you know. Performing is definitely something that's always been an incredible experience for us.
Fun stories and a great year on City Source. Our next show is coming up on January 24th. Here's some of what we are planning. We'll take you inside a special swimming program offered by the Parks Department for children with special needs. And check out these neat designs, all made with repurposed pallets. See the Irving class where people learned all about it. Those stories and more are coming up next time. Email us your thoughts on our stories. The address is ictn@cityofirving.org. We may read some of your messages here on the show, or you can always comment on our videos at youtube.com/thecityofirving. The city is now also on Instagram. And that's it for this edition of City Source. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.